Good day and welcome back. So this is an unboxing and start of a new project for me, and it is something that is new for me, and for anybody who's watched my channel, you can see this is something I have not really done before. I have done a couple of car models. I mean, back in the 70s, 80s ish. I'd built a few. However, most of the models I like to build are of a different ilk. They tend to be ships and planes and sci-fi, but this one really caught my eye. Obviously, I had seen the Ford versus Ferrari, and then I actually started doing some learning about the GT-40, and let's be honest, my wife loves the car, so since I can't actually get her one, I can at least build one, and it would be fun. I have seen a few people who have built this particular kit and the Big Daddy version of it in the 1/12 scale. I wanted to give it a try, so we're going to give it a crack. But as always, we're going to take a look inside the box. This is the Meng 1/24 scale Ford GT-40 Mark II from '66. The side of the box has the color callouts, and you know, the box art is really pretty cool. Officially licensed by Ford. Information about the '66 GT-40 and the information about the kit. This is a newer model. It's currently 2022 in April. So this is actually really rather fresh. And so, yeah, and back to nothing. So let's go ahead and crack into here and take a look at what's in the box. It is positively stuffed with plastic. Start off with an ad that I, for the most part, can't read, and plastic. So let's go ahead and pull this out, take a look at what we've got, and that's stuck. There we go. The parts are, or the screws are each individually bagged, which is really kind of cool. Takes care of it. The instruction sheet and the transfers. So let's start off as I usually do with the instruction kit. The instruction book. It's kind of neat. So it's in a nice plastic bag. It's almost comic book protected, which is kind of neat. It is a satin finish gloss paper, or a satin finish color paper, which is kind of neat. And it starts off as kits do. Now this is interesting. You start off with the versions of the car. Now I understand that each three versions, the 1, 2, and 5 car, are uniquely different in that they're very subtle, but there are differences between each of the three vehicles. So pay attention to which version you plan to do and go through here doing so. I plan to do or at least make an attempt at doing the number 1 car, Ken Miles car, just because. And then we go on and we show. Now the interesting thing about this is they actually show the painting colors on the steps, so you get to see what things are. So the dark blue, the copper, these are all called out and painted. Like, so this is painted and then it's, you know, put together there, so you get to see your colors. Stepping through, suspension, yeah, you get it. So for those of you who are car models and who are definitely aficionados of this particular vehicle, I apologize. I'm going to offend you terribly because I am not a car guy. I'm doing this particular kit because it is really cool looking to me and my wife loves it. So count that as 2 big pluses, and I plan to learn, which is something I will do as I build this. Aspects of the front, lifting hooks, I guess they're lifting hooks. Sidewalls, and again, the colors are called out on as they're put together, which is really kind of neat. The fit of the engine, and what I have seen about this, these are really, really tight fits. Supposed to go together fairly well, so it's really kind of nice to see. This is the This is the back. Now the engine goes in the rear for those who are unaware of that. The engine and the exhaust collection of stuff. Now my understanding, this comes with cloth parts and PE, possibly. At least that's what I'm led to believe. So we'll see how that goes. Firewall, chair, excuse me, driver and passenger seat. As I understand that the rules of Le Mans require that you had a passenger seat. Clearly you apparently didn't have to put seatbelts on said passenger seat since you didn't actually intend to carry somebody. This is a right-hand drive. Now, interestingly, the particular vehicle was a right-hand drive, but it also is a right-hand shift in that, so you get in the door, you'd climb over the gear shift into the seat. So the American drivers did not have to learn how to shift with the left hand, which is interesting. When I went to Scotland, I actually had to learn to drive with my left hand, or shift with my left hand, so that was entertaining. I could see why they would want to build the entire car around the driver, though. So this is interesting. So for versions A, B, and C, there are little lumps or markings or whatever on the door. So for version A and C, you want to remove that part, and for version A and B, you want to remove that part. So since I plan to do the A car, that's the only one I'm going to leave in place. Let's see, and then you drill these holes for, again, parts A and B, or for parts B and C, which I will not need to. This piece does not go on for the car I plan to make, etc., etc. So it's kind of cool. It's interesting they call that out. These are your clear parts that go on. Again, I also understand that these, if you look at how these parts go on, they go in from the outside. So you can actually paint this, do all of your finishing for the model, and then drop the clear parts on the very last, which is neat. PE part. You do, I also believe, get masks for that. And then here are your paint callouts. Now these are using Meng or AK and accretion or whatever. Now I am in the United States, and I will tell you, I've had a bear of a time getting my fingers on the correct. This is actually, they actually make the GT-40 blue. That actually is a licensed color that you can get. I, however, am struggling to get it, so I am probably going to, again, those of you who are aficionados of this vehicle, plug your ears, and you probably don't want to watch me much further, because I am going to pick a color that's close, but one that I can get my hands on. I'm not in a hurry, so I will see if I can continue to try to get that, but currently the pandemic type thing is still an issue, as is getting the colors of paint, so we'll see. There's the black and the gold, the number 2 and the number 5 car. And then there's your sprue map of your parts and your masks, the seat belts, transfer sheet, and PE. All right, so let's take a look at the parts. Actually, I'm going to start with the transfer sheets and the other really cool nifty parts that are right here. And they are glued in, they're stapled in. I don't need to worry about it. I will just go ahead and slice these off. Alright, cool. That's cool. So there's your PE parts. That's your rear grille and your seatbelt PE. This feels very stiff. So fortunately, you don't have to bend these. You know, a lot of PE that you need to bend and shape. This would be difficult to deal with. Now the cool thing is it does have clear cover on both sides, so that it'll actually help you get that in place and not get fingerprints all over it until you go to prime it. So that's kind of neat. And these are your seat belts. Now this is kind of cool. This is a cloth-like material, so it's almost like it's flocked. And as I understand, it's just sticky on one side, so you can just stick it in place. So that will be interesting. You will need to feed your PE onto this, so that will be curious to see how that works. And your masks. So these are pre-cut masks for the windows, because the windows there's a black trim that goes around the outside. So it's kind of cool that they've actually made you the masks for them. This feels like a nice, I'm trying to think of what it feels like, but I don't want to say bandage material, but it doesn't feel like regular paper, kind of like wax paper. So that's helpful to have those. And then finally, our transfers. And these are Meng transfers. And they do have something of a thickness to them. I can feel it. I mean, I can feel the depth of those transfers. And again, as I've seen other people who have made this vehicle, these were a little bit thick. So I feel like the setting solution is going to be critical. But yeah, there's your Goodyear tire markings, and these are actually the walls on your tires, so that will be something to do. In your gauges, there we go. There's your transfers. All right, so let's take a look at the parts. I'm thinking I don't want to take them out of the bag, so let's see how well we can see them through the bags. And I think we can do that fairly well. They look incredibly crisp. Very, very fine detail. Your sprue gates are nice and small, so cleaning those up are going to be nice. The locating pins are almost snap-tight like looking, but my understanding is they are my understanding is the fitment for these is quite fine and very precise. So almost, like I said, almost Bandai-esque in tolerances. So painting and then putting these together is going to require some attention. Do you see ejector pin marks at various places, but they all look to be in places that are going to be hidden. The detail looks incredibly sharp. The dash, your console, actually looks really, really nice. Suspension detail, very, very, very nice. Inner door parts, really cool. Underside of the chassis, the interior door. Again, there's your gear shift for us Americans that find it difficult to learn to do new things at rapid speeds. Very nice and sharp. I'm really looking forward to doing this. This is something new and different for me, so I'm really looking forward to learning this. Your seats, they look to be pretty much the same thing. Just mirrored, no, not even mirrored, just pretty much the same seat. Same part, just pick one, put your seatbelt on one of them. And your clear parts. And my understanding, these clear parts really look clear. So those are looking really nice. Now you see there you can see the rivet detail and the side detail. That's why you need the mask, because those are going to be black with detail. So that's that. And finally, the back. Very nice and smooth. And poly caps, I believe, for the tires. Really, really nice. Very fine detail. Super crisp. Very sharp. And then the body. Your tires. Very, very nice. Wow. So, your doors are molded in, so those don't open. Your top and bottom will go together. So there we go. That is the Meng 1/24 scale GT-40 from 1966 Le Mans. Again, this is a non-car guy version, or non-car guy version and take on this kit. So this will be an interesting experience for me. So as I get into this build, hope you enjoy it. Please feel free to offer constructive criticism or guides. Please remember you are talking to somebody who doesn't do cars. So I'm more than happy to take suggestions, hints, guidance. Not really so much about, just, hey, stupid, you should know better, because I don't. So understand that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope this was interesting and helpful for anybody who wants to see what's in this box. And yeah, until next time, thank you very much and happy modeling.